The timeline of events is damning for both McSkimming and Costa. In 2016, McSkimming began an affair and the younger woman was offered casual employment with police. In May of 2023, allegations were made on LinkedIn about then Deputy Commissioner Jevon McSkimming. The IPCA was notified and Andrew Costa was aware of the affair. In the summer of 2023, the woman began sending a large number of anonymous emails to McSkimming and others, including the IPCA. In March of 2024, the IPCA emailed Costa, concerned about the number and the nature of the emails. Costa's office assured the IPCA the woman's safety was being taken care of. By May, there were concerns with the way the matter was being handled by police. But the woman was arrested and charged under the Harmful Digital Communications Act. In September, Costa asked internally if there were any open investigations into McSkimming. Concern was expressed to him about an investigation being conducted outside usual processes and separate from the Integrity and Conduct Unit. In October, Costa provided verbal references for McSkimming and didn't disclose relevant information relating to the allegations made against him. Later that month, Costa tried to direct that any investigation into McSkimming be conducted as quickly as possible so it would not impact on the commissioner selection process. Ultimately, McSkimming did not get the top job. But there will be one new job out of all of this. The government's installing an Inspector General of Police. Well, Zane joins us now from Parliament to explain a bit more for us. So, Zane, what will they do in this new role?
Well, Sam, an Inspector General is considered to have the highest level of clearance with the power to look into any folder or any correspondence that they deem necessary to ensure that the law is being followed. Cabinet was briefed yesterday on the idea of introducing an Inspector General for the police to bolster the Independent Police Conduct Authority. The government would need to get legislation through Parliament, and it does appear that there is general support for it across the political aisle. Judith Collins, the Minister in charge of the Public Service, says it is probably still a few months away until a law change would be introduced to Parliament, but she says it is time to step up the surveillance on the police given the latest revelations. And it would bring the police in line with the Defence Force and the spy agencies, which already have an Inspector General keeping an eye on things.
Zane, thanks so much. Stuff senior journalist Catrin Owen has been looking into the treatment of the woman at the centre of the McSkimming case. She has name suppression. Cat, her treatment has been highlighted in the IPCA report, and it is awful reading.
It's a horrendous read. That 135-page long report details a lot of what happened. And of course, we learnt about how the relationship started between her and McSkimming back in the start of 2016. He was a sports coach and it was a sporting competition, and to start with, the relationship was platonic and it then moved to a sexual relationship, and he eventually got her a job as a casual police employee and the relationship continued. He says it ended towards the end of 2017. She says it continued into the start of 2018, and it was around May time that he told his wife about the affair and also a supervisor, as he'd started to receive what he said was harassing emails from her alleging sexual misconduct, alleging police use of the credit card and paying for hotels and such.
And at the beginning of that relationship, she was about 20 years his junior.
That's correct. She was 21 at the time and he was about 40.
OK, so the report also has singled out a group of officers who essentially stood up to their bosses in this case. What can you tell us about their actions?
That's right. They're not named in the report. They're under pseudonyms. There's Officer M, who we understand is Detective Superintendent Kylie Shah, and she first became aware of the situation after the LinkedIn post after the Commissioner was announced as the Deputy Commissioner, and she raised the issue with all the way up to Costa and was concerned about the treatment of Miss Z, as she's known in the report, and also Detective Inspector Nicola Reeves down in Christchurch, who also was asked to look at all the emails to test the veracity of the allegations. And she was initially tasked with not speaking to Miss Z, which she thought was highly unusual, and she raised it with, again, senior officials.
And they saw that police processes had not been followed.
That's correct. And they thought it was highly unusual that they were going around this situation without following proper police process, essentially.
And Kat, you've been in touch with the lawyer representing Ms Z. What have you heard from them?
So Stephen Lack told me in a statement last night that the police has failed her and that this has had a devastating impact on her. Obviously, he said that the police had prioritised McSkimming's career and that advancement rather than looking into the allegations that she had put in those emails. Obviously, she was then charged, but those charges have now been withdrawn.
OK, Catrin Owen there, our Stuff Senior Reporter. Thank you so much for your time today. Thank you.